This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Chrissy Holmes. We start tonight in Labrador West, where police are on the scene of what appears to be an attempted bank robbery. RNC officers rushed to this bank in Labrador City about 2 hours ago. Police Inspector Kent Kelly confirms an active investigation, but he isn't revealing any details. Kelly says they'll let us know when they've made an arrest. 2 women are charged after trouble overnight on an international flight. The plane set off from New York for Barcelona. We don't know what happened in the air, but we do know that around 1 a.m. the captain made an unscheduled landing in St. John's. 2 women in their 30s were removed from the American Airlines flight. They were in court today on charges of assault, endangering an aircraft and passengers, and interfering with crew members. They'll be back in court next month. And the price of gas is up 7 cents a litre tonight. The maximum price on the Avalon is now $1.62. Diesel is down by 7 cents. Furnace oil is up by nearly 5 cents. And stove oil is up on the island by nearly 4 cents and down in parts of Labrador by more than 9 cents. Well, 5 people from the province will become members of the prestigious Order of Canada. Buddy was his name, and the other fellers have delighted audiences with their comedy and music since the early 80s. The order calls Wayne Chalk, Kevin Blackmore, and Ray Johnson ambassadors of the province's culture and heritage. Doug Dunsmore is recognized for his work as a choral conductor and music educator, and Connor McGuire is named for his work in nuclear medicine and radiology. Well, the RCMP are reporting a slight increase this year in the number of off-road deaths. As Terry Roberts reports, that's despite a new law requiring riders to wear helmets and use seatbelts.
These are the types of scenes off-road safety advocates like to see. Heads protected by helmets.
The helmet is a must. It's the law.
It may be the law, but is it the practice?
We still have issues where people are not wearing the gear.
A new law requires riders to wear helmets and use seat belts, but it wasn't enough. There's been a slight increase in the number of off-road deaths this year. The RCMP are reporting 11 fatalities, 1 more than last year, linked to wrecks involving off-road vehicles such as ATVs, side-by-sides, and snowmobiles. 5 of those deaths occurred after strict new helmet and seatbelt laws came into effect on May 19th. And of those 5 deaths, 3 of the victims were not wearing helmets. 3 of the 11 deaths this year involved impairment by alcohol or drugs.
We continue to see the same mistakes, the same poor choices being made over and over again.
So has the legislation failed? It's too early to say, according to the RCMP. But here's the message for those not yet convinced to follow the rules.
Be safe, be smart, drive sober, wear the gear.
The most recent data covers a 7-month period in which it is now mandatory to wear a helmet while operating or occupying an off-road vehicle, and wear seatbelts when riding an off-road vehicle in which safety belts were installed by the manufacturer. The new laws were greeted with a mixture of support and opposition, and garnered traction following an especially deadly year in 2020, when 20 people died on the trails. The off-road landscape has changed in recent years with the increasing popularity of utility terrain vehicles, better known as side-by-sides. Unlike ATVs and the traditional straddle seating position, occupants of UTVs are seated side-by-side. And these larger vehicles include enhanced safety features such as seat belts and roll cages. Many UTV riders oppose the helmet law because of these features, but safety advocates say a lot can go wrong during a collision or rollover.
If you do roll over or do collide, there's a great chance that something could come within your life space, within the vehicle itself, and cause damage, whether that be a tree stump, a rock, whether you strike your head off of another occupant side by side to you that causes you damage.
The off-road riding community, meanwhile, is adapting to the new rules.
Once I got out, everybody was okay with it. And now everybody got no issue. They go side by side, but they get helmets.
Helmets or seatbelts will not diminish the riding experience, say advocates. If anything, they say it can help make sure you're able to enjoy adventures like this for many years to come. Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
The pressure isn't letting up on emergency rooms in the province. Some are struggling to keep up, while others are struggling to stay open. The CBC's Daryl Roberts reports.
The Bonavista emergency room shut down over the holidays. The closure was temporary, but reflects an ongoing problem.
These number of days with these patient volumes, you're guaranteed to have some serious issues. And my fear is that something quite serious could happen. Perhaps someone may die who could have otherwise been saved.
Bonavista Mayor John Norman says more than 8,000 people in the area rely on the emergency room in his community, and residents are worried.
We can't go to the grocery store. I'm accosted regarding healthcare. I have people knocking on my doors, screaming at me, crying at me. What are we going to do? And it's very hard for people. We are accessible. And it's very, very challenging for everybody on the ground.
Norman is raising the issue with anyone in power who will listen.
It is an absolute crisis. I'm quite confident that everyone from the Premier's office down knows that it's a crisis. But the fact of the matter is we need action.
The problem isn't limited to Bonavista. The emergency room in Whitburn has been closed since June, though Eastern Health says it's temporary.
I think the impact is significant.
Lewisport Mayor Krista Freak says for some residents, the emergency room is the only option for medical care.
Not only does the emergency service available to the residents of Lewisport, but probably 15 surrounding communities. So it is a large population that is impacted. And it means that people have to travel at least as far as Gander or Grand Falls and to seek medical attention.
This year, staffing shortages impacted healthcare across the province, and Health Minister Tom Osborne says the provincial government is still trying to find solutions.
We are going far and wide to try and find the healthcare professionals to fill the gaps in Newfoundland and Labrador. It is challenging because there are jurisdictions globally that have healthcare professional shortages.
In a statement, Eastern Health says temporarily closing an emergency department or implementing diversions is not an action we take lightly. Before making such a call, we exhaust every possible avenue for filling the positions required to maintain a safe, quality service for the people in the impacted area. But experts in the field say it's time for government to look at the bigger picture.
As a province, there sort of needs to be a step back to say, what is the crux of the problem? And we know it's that there's not enough investments put into primary care. And that's really where we've got to focus our efforts into recruiting.
But for now, going into 2023, thousands across the province still don't have a family doctor. And until that changes, many will continue to rely on emergency rooms for primary care. Daryl Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
In Corner Brook, the operator of a music business is working with the local arts community to create a space for local artists. Troy Turner has that story.
The plans are big. Nigel Jenkins was looking for a new space for his music management, record label, and publishing house. But a chat with a local nonprofit arts center has led to an even bigger plan, one that will create an arts hub in downtown Corner Brook.
My hope is that this building will provide a home base for folks in all sorts of arts disciplines to come to work together, to do their own work, but also to collaborate and to build on all the incredible work that's being done in this city and in the region.
This former bank was most recently a retail outlet for cannabis. With 7,500 square feet to play with, Jenkins says the possibilities are endless.
I think that could be many things depending upon the space, the offerings, but for us what it's going to mean is the Rotary Arts Center is going to be operating out of the lower level of this building, and they're going to have all kinds of different art creation spaces and equipment available. And the upper floor is going to be offices, co-working space, boardrooms, out front a little retail shop. So the hope is that folks will come in, they'll do their creative work downstairs, they'll come upstairs to do business, and out front they'll be able to sell their wares if they so choose.
And David Smallwood, who runs the Rotary Arts Center, thinks it's a win-win for all creative people in the region.
The idea is that we will take what space we have downstairs and convert it into a creative hub. Primarily to support the visual arts, but there will be some recording potential down there, opportunities for young and old to do podcasts and those sorts of things.
Whether it's textile arts, painting, pottery, or even a podcast, Smallwood sees great potential. And he says Corner Brook is the perfect place for it.
I think the people of Corner Brook and the surrounding communities enjoy theatre, enjoy visual art, enjoy music, and want to support it. That's the bottom line to the whole thing we do.
Jenkins says he hopes to start renovations on the building in the spring with the plan to open in the fall of 2023. Troy Turner, CBC News, Corner Brook.
We've got another windy and cool night on deck for many. Just a few clouds right across eastern Newfoundland, a chance of flurries in the west for tonight, but for places exposed to that northwesterly flow, it's going to be another bundle up kind of a night. In St. John's, gusts going to be topping out near 50 kilometers per hour with a wind chill of -14. Stronger again in St. Anthony and Canada Bay region with gusts near 70 kilometers per hour and a wind chill value of -21. Right along the coast in Labrador, going to be pretty gusty as well. well, with 70 km/h winds in Nain and Cartwright, and feeling much cooler, of course, with those wind chill values. Right across the Big Glen, we're looking at partly cloudy skies, except for in the west, where there's a chance of some flurries, but it is going to be quite cool in Labrador City. -28 wind chill tonight, and that means a risk of frostbite. Into tomorrow, the cold and the snow continues for Labrador West. We're looking at 2 to 4 centimeters with a feels like temperature of -27. Mix of sun and cloud elsewhere across the Big Land tomorrow, but pretty cool. Happy Valley Goose Bay feeling like -26 for tomorrow. For the island tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud for most areas, overcast in Port aux Basques. But, you know, the day's going to start windy, but we're going to start to see those winds drop back midday. Highs between 1 and -8, but feeling much cooler in the morning with those wind chill values. So, time for us to take a look at your weekend forecast and just keep your eye on Saturday into Sunday, New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. So for eastern Newfoundland, it's going to start pretty cloudy, chance of showers or flurries, but by the time we get into that countdown Saturday night, mainly cloudy skies, pretty mild too, with temperatures steady around 3 degrees. As we get into western and central Newfoundland, not a great story for western Newfoundland, pretty unstable, chance of showers Saturday into Sunday with temperatures enough to melt snow. Central Newfoundland, all that wet and messy stuff going to start to clear up near the countdown time Saturday night into Sunday, mainly cloudy skies for your New Year's countdown. And heading up to Labrador, pretty much the same thing. By the time you get to midnight hour for both western and eastern Labrador, that precipitation going to start to clear up and hopefully make for a beautiful mild evening with temperatures not too bad, all considering. And that's a look at your forecast. And that is Here and Now for tonight. We're finishing up early to bring you part 2 of our special program. After the break, we are heading back to Holiday House. We hope you enjoy it.
My great-grandparents came to Canada over 100 years ago, and they settled in the prairies in Western Canada, and there's big communities of Ukrainians there, and kind of cultural stuff has just kind of carried on for several generations, and in my family we've been doing the same kind of thing, like music and all kinds of other traditions, and since we've been here in Newfoundland 10 years now, we've been kind of carrying that on here and kind of spreading that tradition, sharing it with our friends, musicians in our band who aren't Ukrainian, but they come every year to our house for Ukrainian Christmas dinner, and we kind of do all of the interesting and strange things that Ukrainians do for Christmas. So our Christmas Eve's like on the 6th of January, and that's the night when we have a giant meal. There's 12 different kinds of traditional food. And the first course that we have, it's a special kind of, I guess you could say it's kind of like a porridge. It's made out of wheat, honey, and poppy seeds. And one of our traditions is take a big spoonful of that and throw it up onto the ceiling. And if it sticks to the ceiling, it means you're going to have a good year for the good luck for the whole year. So I just finished painting my living room. I had 7 years of porridge stuck to the ceiling, and so we finally just scraped it off. So we're ready for this year to start it all fresh again.
Ся рождає, хто ж то може знати? Ісус му ім'я, Марія му мати. Тут ангели чудяться, рожденого бояться, а віл стоїть трясеться, оса смутно пасеться, пастирі клячуть, Бога плоти бачуть, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут. Марія му мати прекрасно співає, і хор ангельський їй допомагає. Тут ангели чудяться, рожденого бояться, а він стоїть трясеться, оса смутно пасеться, пастирі клячуть, Бога плоти бачуть, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут. Йосиф старенький, полише дитятко, Юряй же, Юряй, мале отрочатко. Тут ангели чудяться, рожденого бояться, а він стоїть трясеться, оса смутно пасеться, пастирі клячуть, Бога плоти бачуть, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут. Тут ангели чудяться, рожденого бояться, а він стоїть трясеться, оса смутно пасеться, пастирі клячуть, Бога плоти бачуть, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут ангели чудяться, рожденого бояться, а він стоїть трясеться, оса смутно пасеться, пастирі клячуть, Бога плоти бачуть, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут же, тут.
Virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
They will judge and dim our light. We're shining stars from north and south. Oh dear, don't blink, you'll miss so much, such precious moments. We're on our journey, we share a glory. I beg you not to live their dream, 'cause our love is right. Yes, believe it is blind, you know who you are to me. You're the lighthouse in the chilly sea. You're the signal hill to find my way. You're the compass, I am the lost. You're the wind to fill my sails. You're the lighthouse. I'll find my way home. Mark Twain lives in my vein. You are mine, homegrown captain. Will be something for the world to see. That black and white are not colors. I sail away from my safe harbor, and I'll walk the desert sand. My mother cried to see I'm gone, just to touch your gentle hand. You're the lighthouse in the chilly sea. You're the signal hill to find my way. You're the compass, I am the lost. You're the wind to fill my sails. You're the lighthouse. I'll find my way home. You're the lighthouse. I'll find my way home, yeah. Ooh. I won't let the hourglass run out of sand. Let's take every breath God gives us as we can, so we can die as happy men. Oh, you're the lighthouse in the chilly sea. You're the signal hill to find my way. You're the compass, I am the lost. You're the wind to fill my sails. You're the lighthouse in the chilly sea. Oh, you're the signal hill to find my way. You're the compass, I am the lost. You're the wind to fill my sails. You're the lighthouse. I'll find my way home. You're the lighthouse. I'll find my way home, yeah. You're the lighthouse. I'll find my way home.
Hi, Zay. Great music from you, and I just want to ask you about your first kind of experiences with Christmas and the holiday seasons.
Yeah, first of all, I grew up as a Muslim, so I studied Islam for years. But the first time I was to learn a bit about Christmas was in a radio station. I was working in Yogyakarta, so this in Java Islands. In Yogyakarta, both religions, myself as Muslim and Christian, they are together and enjoy Christmas together, and I learn a lot. That province is very diverse, so it was wonderful.
And you've been here in Newfoundland for a few years now, and really involved in both in the music scene and doing all kinds of other interesting things. Yeah. And how's the holiday season for you here? Like how do you get used to being in the cold weather of Newfoundland?
This is the most amazing thing. The first time I came here, I didn't know what that was. It was mummers. What was that? I thought people want to do something bad. Mummers! What is mummers?
So they explained to me, mummers, and as well as they told me about the Santa. Santa has secret keys. Really? He knows what you want. And I tried to find out. I thought that really Santa will come with a secret key, but Santa is a symbol of joy and giving.
Our friends from Cuerpos, and you guys were playing kind of your own versions of some really traditional music, wasn't it?
More of an electronic kind of housey backbeat to it. So that's great for live performance, gets people up and dancing. But it does have its roots in Peru, yeah.
So we always look to just make homage of Latin sounds, sort of gives a nod to all of those old cumbia riffs that we grew up listening to in Christmas parties and stuff like that growing up.
Would those traditional kind of music be the kind of thing you listen to during the holidays?
Yeah, honestly, I think that besides obviously Latin America is a really religious society, and there's a lot of those Christmas rituals that follow those sort of patterns and whatnot. But at the same time, we really do like to dance. And once, dinner is eaten, there's always somebody turning on the radio. And many of these cumbia songs and Latin sounds are really, they really made it into the playlist, It's something that your grandma would dance to, your aunt, and it's something that almost by osmosis. Sometimes we joke around how when we were kids, the adults were partying, and then we would fall asleep and just listen to all of these cumbia songs, and that gets ingrained in your brain. But yeah, it's really common to see big dance parties in the holiday season, after dinner, and just everyone wants to dance, decompress.
Christmas party is a dance party.
Oh.
Yes, for
It's
sure.
a huge dance party, and we should also make note that it's warm in South America during Christmas. So, it's 30 degrees, sunny out all day, so the party goes all night and it's outdoors.
One of the main pillars of our musical project, we want to share our culture, frame it in the context that we are, the geographical context that is Newfoundland, right? And at the same time, bring some people a little bit of joy and a little bit of dancing, I think that it's something really lovely to do, and it's a beautiful way of expressing. So yeah, that's what we try to offer.
Solé un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. Solé un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. Solé un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. Solé un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. di un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. Susto le di un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. Susto le di un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré. Susto le di un poco, pero no arranqué. Le busqué las plumas, plumas le encontré.
promises unbroken, and with a laughter in your soul. All my actions will be words that I have heeded. I will love you like before, and I will learn every little thing, and I will win every battle I am in. You will have me as your champion. Every dragon at my feet, and I will conquer every land. I will be a better man for you, my island queen. Oh, yeah. Oh. When I've gone a little further and I've given it my all, when I look below and all I see is mountains, I will love you like before. And if I'm lucky, you will be there at that cliff on Signal Hill. I'll be nervous and my heart it will be pounding, but I'll love you like before. So I will learn every little thing, and I will win every battle I am in. You will have me as your champion. Every dragon at my feet, and I will conquer every land. I will be a better man for you, my island queen. I will learn every little thing. Oh, and I will win every battle I am in. You will have me as your champion. Every dragon at my feet, and I will conquer every land. I will be a better man for you, my island queen. Oh, I will conquer every land. I will be a better man for you, my island queen. For you, my island queen. For you, my island queen.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie in bed thinking anymore, and I ain't gonna come back clawing at your door.
don't see me, I'll run the other way. Nothing's gonna slow me down, I'm gonna